A lot of people think bridging is expensive. A lot of these reasons we use bridging outweigh the disadvantages that people think comes with bridging. In this video, I wanted to talk about why we use bridging for all of the projects we've completed in London and the ones that are ongoing outside of London. So let's go through the advantages and disadvantages. Using bridging allows us to do multiple projects at the same time. This is one of the real big benefits of using bridging. Bridging allows us to purchase properties otherwise you would not be able to purchase on a normal buy-to-let mortgage, for example. Properties that are uninhabitable, properties that have a short lease, properties that might have a title restriction, such as, for example, it's got a right to buy. Auction purchase, so for example, bridging is really good when it comes to auction purchases just because it can be done in such a short time span. So that's some of the benefits of bridging. Using bridging allows us to build up credibility with bridging lender, but because we've done a number of these projects with them, what we have found is that you can actually start negotiating on things like the arrangement fee, the fees that you can get in relation to the interest costs per calendar month, monthly interest. You can actually start to negotiate on some of those elements as well. Using bridging allows you to build up that credibility. You've used the facility once, you've borrowed the money, you've paid it back. So when it comes to your second, third, fourth, fifth, you can negotiate on the arrangement fee and the monthly interest fee. So I just wanted to talk about some of the disadvantages associated with bridging. There's lots of fees to consider. So you will have the valuation fee, you will have the lender's legal fees that you'll need to pay, you will have an arrangement fee, you will have potentially a broker fee, you could potentially have an exit fee, you will also have the monthly interest fee as well. So there's lots of fees to consider. One of the other main advantages that people talk about is the fact that what happens in the event that you can't pay back the bridge. You need to make sure that you start with the end in mind, and we'll also try and find out, are there any other issues or considerations that might impact them finding us a buy-to-let lender for this particular property. So, all these questions and information we'll send to our broker before we've even put in the offer for this particular property. So that's one of the ways you can mitigate the risk of not being able to kind of pay back the bridge. So one of the things that they're doing at the moment is that you have to sign a personal guarantee. A lot of people become uncomfortable with that idea. It's just one of these things that because the property is held within a limited company, they want you also to be personally liable. Previously, if you were buying in personal names, you would be held personally accountable anyway. It's just because there's been that change of people buying in limited companies that, a lot of lenders want that added security that actually, if there isn't sufficient funds within the limited company, then you will have to go down and provide a personal guarantee as well. How do we compare bridging quotes from different brokers? So we always recommend that you get at least 3 bridging quotes. I'm going to take you through an example of some of the bridging quotes that we've received back, just so you can see how some different lenders send their kind of illustrations across. This was a quote from one bridging lender. This was laid out really nicely actually. It shows the total security value, the gross loan, the gross LTV. So in essence, it shows that you're borrowing 75% of the purchase price. It shows your interest rate, that's your monthly interest rate, 0.75%. So in this instance, the net loan that you will receive will be £227,537.47. So when comparing bridging quotes, we like to have all the information in an Excel spreadsheet so that we can decide which is the most competitive. Now, I just want to show you an example of one. So in this particular spreadsheet, you can see that we've got 3 quotes. We've had an offer accepted on a property of £350,000. Once you've got all this information together, then you can go through and do a summary. So in this example, we can see that quote 1 advances us the most funds, which means in turn, we need to put less money into this particular project. We're going to get £235,000 from the bridging lender, compared to say quote 3, where the bridging lender is only going to give us £224,000. So that's almost a difference of say £10,000. Quote 2 has the highest total costs, and quote 3 has the lowest total costs. So, the question is, which bridging quote should we go for? So another consideration is whether or not the bridging lender will advance you the refurbishment costs. So not all bridging lenders will. So this is quite a key consideration as well. So if you want to tie up even less money into your projects, go with a bridging broker, bridging lender that will advance you the refurbishment costs. In conclusion, some of the things that you want to take into account when making a decision on which bridging quote to go with, you're going to want to look at which one is the cheapest, which one could be the quickest, which lender is likely to offer you the refurbishment costs as well. So all these 3 considerations you need to take into account. And also it is very important to get your broker's opinion on timescales. Because on the one side, we're saying to estate agents, we're using bridging and it's going to be quick. And if we are saying that, we just want to make sure that it is.